I put a poll out there yesterday asking if anyone would be interested in watching me do my makeup and seeing how I do it, sharing my product, and I could not believe the feedback that I got. It was amazing. I will go through and I'll show you guys and share the important points and what I've learned. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of awesome makeup artists on here from different companies, and I pick up as many tips and tricks as I can, and it definitely helps transform me. I definitely feel better after I do my makeup and the way that I look after it compared to my bare 12-year-old face like this. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I do my eyelashes, and I know that might sound kind of crazy, but the reason that I do that is because I prime them. Right now, this is the primer that I'm using by L'Oreal. I'm using the same mascara, so I wind up doing like 3 layers or so on my eyelashes. So I do the primer, I let it dry. Some people don't like to let it dry because whatever position your eyelashes dry in is basically what they're going to stay in once you the primer dries and you put your mascara on. But I'm able to move it around a little, and I find that if I get them to where I want them with the primer, that I don't mind so much. So I'm doing that. I also wanted to say that I did go through online last night and I googled beauty boxes, clean beauty boxes. The clean ones are expensive, and I wasn't willing to spend $50 a month. So I chose BoxyCharm. I think next month I'm going to do Allure. They take a while to come, like 20 days. So I'm going to start getting that like rotation going. So I have like one coming every month. I like to contour, and I've been contouring with my bronzer, which is really a no-no. So I have this darker, it doesn't look darker on here, but it's a darker, ashier eyeshadow. So I've been using this to contour, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so the first thing I do is I take some of that. I did this side. I just go from up here, like right under my temple, right to the top of my ear, and I come out just under my cheekbone. I did up here, I just did this kind of half of my face. And I just go around the top, and I do my jawline around here. And then I do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm gonna take a skinny brush, and I'm gonna go from right here, just lightly, and trim down my nose. And I'm gonna make it look really narrow. I'll show you that. So I know it looks a little crazy, but I will have a little bit of highlight, and I'll wind up blending all of it. But it will just keep my nose looking a little bit more narrow, which I like because I don't love my nose so much. You can go under here a little. This just kind of defines your lips, and that's it for that. So if you have a cream one, that's great. It has to be a little darker, a little ashier. It gives you like a natural shadow. So the next thing I do is I use this Neutrogena, and my mascara is Maybelline, not L'Oreal, but Neutrogena, and it's a Hydro Boost, has hyaluronic acid. I use my beauty blender. I get it a little tiny bit damp, and I put that everywhere where I didn't put this. And then I get it all kind of blended in, and then I'll show you what else. All right, so I have that all blended in with my beauty blender. I have this, which is a cream blush by NARS. I'm going to link as much of this stuff as I can in my ShopStyle account. My link is in my bio. If you click on that, it'll take you to my store. I just started it, so I don't have a whole lot in there. I started kind of liking some of my favorite things. So I'm going to start here and just pull it back a little. And I am not really a blush girl. Like, I like it. I like to have some life to my face. And I just put it right above that contour and blend it out a little. And make it a little pretty, a little tiny bit on my nose, and I'll do that on both sides. So when you do your makeup, you want to try and stay light. Light in here, light under here, light down through here, here, the tip of your nose, wherever light naturally touches you, because then it makes your face kind of brighten, and you keep your makeup kind of at a V, like up here, and at a V like this, and that's what shadows your face and gives you the natural shadowing, contouring. So the next thing I like to do, since I did my blush, is I like to do my eyebrows. I think that that gives me kind of a base for how my eye makeup is going to go. It makes me feel better about my face. I love when my eyebrows are done and my eyelashes are done. Those are the two most important things to me, and then bronzer. So this is a Ash Taupe narrow skinny eyebrow pencil from Ulta. Okay, so when I start on my eyebrows, if you hold a thin pencil here, it'll tell you where your eyebrow should start. Mine are microbladed, but it's way far gone. It's been over a year since I've had it done, and naturally I barely have any eyebrows. So mine actually start up here. I'm gonna start my pencil down here, and you take the corner of your nose to the corner of your eye and you come out, and this is where my eyebrow should stop. So it should definitely be longer, and I like arching it just a teeny tiny bit higher than it is. So I'm gonna do that, and I just start really lightly down here and make my shape. It winds up being a little bit straight right in here, and I'll do that, and you'll see what that looks like when it's all done. Can you see the difference already between the two? I'm longer, stronger. It makes such a difference. I mean, in my eye, helps my eye stand out a ton. I used to be so afraid of a bold brow. I've always had to draw my eyebrows in because they're so light. I used to do a tiny little eyebrow, a thin little eyebrow, and it didn't do anything for me. I mean, it made me look like I have eyebrows, but other than that, it wasn't enhancing my look. It wasn't enhancing my eyes, and that's what I strive to do. So I find that if I do them just a little bit thicker, not too thick, I try to make them look as natural as possible. But you know what? These days, everybody draws their eyebrows on or has them microbladed, and it just is what it is, and they're never going to be perfect. They shouldn't look perfect. The less perfect, the more natural. Okay, so eyebrows are done. The next thing that I do, I don't like putting mascara on my bottom lashes. It does not make my eyes look nice for whatever reason. So I have this, which is also Laura Geller, which I got from Ulta a long time ago, and I use this teeny tiny little brush, and which is also from Ulta. It's Ulta Beauty, and it's called the Smudger. And I take this purplish color. Sometimes I take gray. Sometimes I'll take like a brown eye pencil. This one's from MAC. And I'll take some color up from that, and I just use it under here to do my bottom lash line to darken it up a little, since I'm not using any mascara, but it just gives it some definition. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is Telescopic by L'Oreal. It is the only, it's liquid eyeliner. I put it on my upper waterline. It's the only thing I found that doesn't move during the day. And I, of course, got it in my eye. It literally never fails. I don't know how I do it all the time. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Laura Geller palette again for eyes. I have a little teeny tiny brush. This came in a makeup kit at some point. And I'm going to go just above my lash line, just on the outer corner of my eye here. I don't really do like full eye of eyeshadow, but I do like to have just a little bit of darkness up here. I don't want it to all be like dark under here and not up here. So I'll just do like a little bit in the corner, and make sure my eye is pulling up. Make sure your makeup isn't coming down, because it'll make your eye droop down. All your makeup needs to stay up here and going up this way. So the little bit of eyeshadow is done. That's all I need. Not going anywhere. Even if I was, I wouldn't do any more than that, because I am just not so great at doing my eyeshadow, and I wind up looking like I have black eyes when I do it. So I'm going to take my liquid eyeliner again. I'm going to go I start at like half. It all depends on your eye shape. So my eye shape, if I want like more of like an almond shape eye, I start around halfway where my lash line starts to droop down, and I can get wider with it as it goes, and then come out just to the edge of my eye, just a little bit. And you can kind of backfill to give it the shape that you want. And it gives me just a little bit of dimension and definition, and you just play with it until it's filled in. All right, so my eyeliner is on. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my bronzer. I'm gonna get it anywhere where the sun would touch you, which would be like up here, right in here. I'm gonna go right over my cheek, which will kind of blend all that together too. If you're feeling like your highlight, I didn't put any highlight on, but if you're feeling like it's just a little too bright, you can just kind of switch over some of this and make it look a little more natural. And then I go all over my neck. Did you see that double chin there? Did you like that? Any part of my neck that is showing. And I do the back of my neck too, in case I were to pull my hair up. All right, so I should say that I do that bronzer on my neck because my face is darker than my neck, and I want it all to look smooth. I don't want it to look like my face is made up. So that makes it all look, you know, flawless. So then I have this highlighting pencil. This is by Benefit, and I do just a little bit in here, draw a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and I just take my fingers and just kind of smudge it around a little and do a little bit more if I need to. But it just kind of brightens us up a little in those areas. So the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put, came from an Ulta pack, Ulta Beauty Maximum Lashes, is I'm going to put one more coat of this on my top and throw some earrings on, and then I'll be done for the day. But I did want to say that because, you know, it's nice out now and we're going outside, to make sure you're using SPF under your makeup if you do like some kind of a cream. Before I go, one last little thing I wanted to show you that I saw the other day, I saw someone else do it, is this is a spoolie. I didn't know what a spoolie was. This is spoolies on the other end of different brushes. But if you get these little mascara pieces on your eyelid and you already have your makeup done, if you take the spoolie and brush over it, I think Christina Goldsmith did this, it just flakes off instead of trying to use like a Q-tip or something wet, which will then pull your makeup off. Try this and see if it works. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. So if you want to do your lips and make them more natural, if you use like a brown eye pencil, this one is from MAC. It's a little bit copper. Just do super light around your lips. And then this color was sent to me from Ulta, Nudely Interrupt. It is so pretty when you put it on. I don't normally wear a whole lot of lipstick. If anything, I usually just wear chapstick, but they also sent me this. This is Jelly Gloss, and this is really pretty too. It makes it just a little bit sparkly. Sometimes you can just wear this and you're good to go.